But by the way, here's what I've done. I've been tested, and I want to be able to in real time show you, like, you can strap up your boots, you can discipline yourself, and it be a positive thing. Because guess what? Bethany is watching me. She's watching how I spend my money. She's watching me. And it's hard. Like, okay, I want to do my purpose, but until I get an angel donor and the Lord has told me that one is coming, grant money, whatever, I'm going to make this money. I'm going to work. And there's nothing wrong with that. I take pride in the fact that God has given me a work ethic, and my mother has given me a work ethic, and that I'm grateful to have the activity of my limbs and the mind that I have and the intellect that I have to make it work. Every time I go to a shift, it doesn't matter where I'm at. If it's in the education system, I'm a concierge, I do hospitality work, I work with kids and children, and I consult for the entertainment business, and I do, like, there's a lot of things that I do, but everybody always gives the same feedback. Ooh, I need that, I need that, I need that. And it's because it's my call to help people, encourage them, and leave them better than I found them. And so it's hard to be away from Bethany. Sometimes I'm working graveyard, and we missing each other. And sometimes she's going through it, and because I gotta feed her, I gotta make the decision to coach her on the phone instead of being with her. And I got mom guilt about that, but whatever. God's opening doors, and it's about to change, and the tide's about to turn. I feel it, I know it, I got the emails to hold on to believe. But it's just like, you gotta get up and do what you need to do in your own strength. Miracles are so much about preparation. The thing is that I've prepared for this. And so I think that's the lesson and the takeaway from losing everything last year. God was doing what he promised he would do, but he wouldn't let me go past a certain point. Why? Because my character, my discipline was not where it needed to be. Also, God wanted my attention about my child. And I'll get into that later, but God's not going to give you a blessing for you to lose it. And so he said, you know what? No, not right now. But one thing I do know about God, anytime in my whole life, y'all, that he's allowed me to see something, it's never just one time. I remember one time he allowed me to see $12,000 at one time on the heels of a car accident. And it was the most money I'd ever seen in my life, or, in my bank account. And I had this fear, and this is what I'm working through because of my poverty mentality, because of my scarcity trauma. I was scared to have it because of these things that I deal with. God sent a prophet to say, if you can touch it once, you can keep touching it. And I had another friend who told me after I lost everything last year and said, thank God that he allowed you to see it. Just like Moses in the promised land. He might not have been able to go in, but God allowed him to see it. And that in itself is a privilege and a joy and an honor. But I know, based on the dreams that I've had and the things that I've been through, and that we never go through things just for ourselves. God's not going to bring me this far to leave me. He's not going to give me this child and not take care of this child. God is not going to put me in front of so many faces on these social media platforms and these devices and not bring me through this. That's the thing, is that God is faithful to complete the work that he has started in you. How you manage it is different. So, do I want to go in it 60 pounds heavier than I need to be? No. I need to be stealthy. I need to be light because I need to be strong, because he's giving me what he promised. And it's up to me to manage myself, my emotions, my emotional intelligence, so that I can handle and hold and sustain what he's blessing me with. And so the reason why I understand it now, and I never thought I would even be saying this, but I'm glad I'm glad he didn't let me go past this, because the next time I see it, I'll be able to hold and sustain it. My kid will be able to see me manage money. My kid will be able to see me manage my emotions. My child will be able to watch me call on God and pray like I've never prayed before, and then watch the turnaround happen. I'm not just praying and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm praying and getting results because I have a good connection with God. Is it all fine and dandy right now? No. But I have so much to be grateful for. I can't be worried about what I wish it would be, because it could be so much worse. All this stuff happened in the world. Sometimes people are like, why do you want to do all this encouraging music? Because you need something. You need something to remind you and pull you out of the darkness to say, but God is still good. There's still something to be grateful for. And I'm not trying to be tone deaf with that. I'm trying to get you to choose life. I'm trying to get you to choose joy. I'm trying to get you to choose freedom. Because if we get caught up in what the news says, if we get caught up in what our circumstance is, we're going to lay there. You might get knocked down, but do not lay there. I'm not going to lay in this. It's just another reminder that with God's grace and with God's strength, we can accomplish anything. And I'm not going to say, I'm just going to do it. And I'll tap in with you. The other thing I want to talk about is ways to counteract bad habits. So with overconsumption, when I was talking about overconsumption, when you see my social media posts and I'm saying, I pulled this out of my closet, I'm not going to buy anything else, it's because I don't need to buy nothing else. And it might be 2 seasons old, and it might not be your favorite thing, but let me tell you something. There are people out here who don't have. There are people out here who wish they had a 2 seasons old dress. And I'm going to clear out my closet and I'm going to give it away. Because that's my indicator to the universe and to God, saying, I believe, God, that there's more where that came from. I don't have to hold on to this. I don't have to hold on to anything but God's unchanging hand. He will see about us. God will see about us. And so when you hold and hoard onto things, your hand is closed and you can't receive. I can't even begin to get into it. So with overconsumption, the challenge for me is to wear what I have, to trust, to be frugal. And I have to ask myself all the time, do I need this? Am I really hungry, or am I feeling some kind of way? Am I trying to off-put some pain, or am I really hungry? I have to ask myself that. It's getting back in your body and remembering that your decisions today impact who you're going to be tomorrow. So let's be kind to our future selves. With overconsumption, give yourself, I'm not trying to take all my joy away. I'm not trying to not enjoy food. I'm not trying to not enjoy a cocktail or whatever. It's fun to go buy a new outfit sometimes, sure. But if you're going to buy a new outfit, I need to be able to give 3 outfits away. And I need more room in my living space anyway. It helps me not feel cluttered in my thoughts. And that's the thing, is like, you can look around your room, you can look around your space and kind of take inventory and check in with yourself. How am I feeling? Because if you got clutter in your house, in your life, you got clutter in your heart and your mind. So do the work, and it's 15 minutes a day. That's what I do. 15 minutes a day, I do a little house reset. Sundays, I do my Sunday reset. I'm getting ready to go up there and do it after I take a break. 1 load of laundry, 1 load of dishes. Look at your finances. Lay your clothes out for the week so you can save time, because that's the other thing, is my time management was trash. And I would say yes, because I want to help people, but then I didn't have time for myself and I get overwhelmed. I think there's going to be a series of of bonus episodes, but with overconsumption, get down to the root of what you might think it is and deal with that. Do not stick your head in the sand. We are not ostriches. Don't stick your head in the sand, and do not let fear rule you. There's more where that came from. There's more where that came from. We're gonna be all right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was probably all over the place, but I just felt that thing and I had to get it out of my heart. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'll see you next time.